this chat, go into Discord or Doc Lab. Somebody grab the link that's in the chat in Discord and bring it here. Yeah, I can't believe Feldy. Yeah, that's a hit. Okay, so we're just gonna wait for the link, and then we're gonna head on over. I'm gonna end this stream, and then we're gonna go over to the car. Yes, please do remember to hit the like. Hello, Michael Superbacker. Thank you for joining us over here. Thank you, Stefan. So, if you could, everyone, please let us vacate and move along into the car. You're gonna see like darkness for a minute, and hear silence as I go outside. Okay, okay. I'll see you guys soon, and remember to hit the like in here. Look, let's get a little meta, guys. Whoa, whoa, wait, let me see. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, back and forth. Oh, weird. All right. See you guys in a couple of minutes. I gotta shut this down, though. All right. Hello, everyone. Let's go outside. Yes, infinity and beyond. Hold on. All right, I have the microphone on. You can hear me go, but it's not going to be exciting. Oh, I hear fireworks. You guys can't see them, but I can't see them either. But there's fireworks in the distance. All right. Let's see. I gotta set this up so like. Whoa. Hold on. We'll get there, guys. Let's do this. All right. Okay. I just shut down everything and came back. Do we have sound now? Oh my gosh. Mime your favorite magic card and we'll guess. Okay. We finally have sound. I'm getting fed up with sound, guys. Like, it's like the bane of my freaking existence at the moment. Like, Jesus Christ, it's sorry, I'm getting frustrated. Okay. Well, we lost like at least half the people who came, with us or were here with us. Anyway, thank you for biting, all the bullshit with me. This has been quite ridiculous evening. And there's the last firefly out there, which is nice to see one. So I wanted to discuss on the channel here some of the things that we're trying to do coming up is I want to be opening up more modern stuff if I can ever figure out the live streams again, but which means I'm gonna have to do some tests before everything. But I want to open up some more modern stuff. I want to do battles of collector packs for collector packs and things like that, as well as opening up the old stuff. Oh, don't get me wrong, don't get it twisted. We're gonna be box breaking old stuff still, no matter what. That's what we do, right? I just want to add more breaks and modern stuff, and I'd like to get more people watching, and like that's part of the whole thing, right? Like the whole freaking market right now, it's about modern, right? So if I don't have any freaking modern content, and when I say modern, I mean collector packs since it started. If I don't have any content featuring that type of stuff and like discussing it and or opening it, I am not gonna, it's gonna strangle the channel. So that's what we're going to be doing, is a little bit more new stuff like that, as well as the old stuff. Look, there's cool stuff to collect in there. Not everything is for everybody. Like, they don't even want all your money for everything. They tell you don't buy everything. Right? But what is out there, there's some cool stuff. And like me, I found the confetti cards to be really cool. I like the I like the emblems and Jurassic Park and Ixalan. Modern. Yeah, I get that perspective, Epiphany. I do. And that's why I'm not going to abandon my... Oh, I mean, why would I? I love the old stuff. I would never abandon the old stuff. I just would like to... I have to do it in order to enjoy and take part in new Magic, right? Like, I have to get in it in order to build my future nostalgia for this stuff, right? I like Magic for me, and that's like weird. And I've been, like I said, I've been trying to enjoy Magic more in the past 2 years, and try to care just a little bit less about the market and try to get the enjoyment back into ripping it. In case you haven't noticed, I've been ripping more product on the channel lately, so yeah, that's part of it. And so that's something I want to change. There's a few things I want to change, and we'll see where we get, how fast we got there. But like we were talking about Spider-Man before, it's not going to be the one that lets Universes Beyond down. What's my day job? So I have my own business. We have a lab, we have a pilot plant. You can give us like and raw materials, and we will produce iterations of your formula in the lab. We will test them. We will make sure it's it's compliant, it's stable, all that stuff. And then we will take that product, we'll bring it to the pilot plant, and we will make sure it runs in the equipment, and we will come to you with a finished product and finished instructions on how to manufacture it. So what that entails is chemical engineering, mechanical engineering, and process engineering. So when you say my day job, it's a little bit difficult to describe, but that's kind of what we've done for people. We've also just taken, people's products and process it for, X per kilo, of whatever we're processing, liquid or otherwise. We have done fills for people where, like, we're pretty versatile. So we do a lot of stuff for a lot of different people, but our pigeon is research and development. That's what I and Pops have done our entire careers. So specifically, I have had my hands in product development, and he has had his hands in, like, I guess product development, but more on the chemical side. Anyway, food products or no, personal products is kind of like where we'd like to be in. They tend to have chemicals that aren't as, like, nasty for you, but food products we were looking into because of CBD and THC. We're trying to develop some products with both. I have some experience with extracting cannabinoids and distilling them, so refining them, and I do some high quality extracts, man. Got to do that Q wet. Yeah, we do that with so that's like a sub-zero process. It's a good one. It makes it so that when you're dissolving out your cannabinoids, your CBD, THC, CBN, CBG, when you're dissolving them, it doesn't dissolve the plant waxes or the chlorophyll, so you get an extremely pure extract from the beginning, and it doesn't need all the cleaning up, which you kind of want because you'll also get very nice flavor and terpene profile, like nice aromas and smells, and not the nasty ones that come with burning plant matter. Get what I'm saying? So anyway, that's some of my experience, and yeah, we'll see where things go coming up with products and other opportunities, but yeah, that's some of my past experience. When he sealed alpha, limited rainbow ice booster boxes, is there a pop count? EG, no, there isn't, but I gotta say there's probably less than 100 Arabian Nights boxes, something like that. I know that the last case sold in, like, was it 2006? Something like that. But what is that statistic at this point? People have broken so many boxes in between then and now. It sounds like a battle outside with all the fireworks going on, but I guess that's the point. Hello, Drunk MTG. What am I smoking? That's a good question. It's been a while since I got it, so I don't remember the name anymore. It's been like a month. I got it before I left, so yeah, it's been a while. Disgusting. Oh boy, the food in Japan is unbelievably awesome. I would love to eat all that every day. Like, the plethora of Munchables upon entry into a convenience store over there, a Seven and I Holdings or a Family Mart, is just astounding. Has hidden in the warehouse. Oh God, Paul, I know. Watsy has a bunch of stuff. They have a bunch of stuff somewhere. Oh, we found a warehouse full of legends. Get out of here. Like, cases and cases of legends. Get out of here with that. That's a did we all do the math at one point and figure it to be like 5 or 8 cases, some crap like that? I don't know. I don't remember, but yeah, there's a lot. Wait, was that a thing? Yeah, EG, man, they found them during Dominaria United. That was the big thing, the Lost Legends. What a silly thing. What a waste of sealed cases of freaking legends. Drunk MTG. The rice compared is just everywhere you go. It's really like, it's got a good like heft to it. Like bouncy, springy, tasty. Very good. They stuck all the commons into the worst set. I can't even. Epiphany. The way they did that was so horrible. And look, you're opening up some fresh ass packs and then like just manhandling them and jamming them into some machines, right? Because the machines freaking make the stacks that go into the freaking the flow wrap machine that wraps it and comps them out. But like, you're sticking cards into a machine. How are they surviving in a decent condition? I don't know. I agree, Paul. Like a lottery scratch offs or something. Silly. Like they could have I don't know, however many packs that won, it could have been 15 times harder, and you could have won like however many packs in Dominaria United that had Lost Legend commons. You could have had 15 of those wiped out, made it 15 times harder, and had a pack insert instead. Like, man, that's ridiculous. I don't know. It just wasn't a great execution of it all. I have a Dominaria United collector's box, but that's not even worth selling or keeping. I'm gonna have to open it. Yeah, I agree, Epiphany. It's not worth opening or selling because you'll take a loss either way, but what are you gonna do with it, Who won? Doc Lab won. Top 3 sets of all times that I like, excluding ABU. That changes. But 3 that I really like is Saga. I like Destiny. I have that full set. Arabian Nights, of course, Mercadian Mass, Legacy, but a Stronghold. How about that? That's my top like 5 or 6, right? I haven't looked into my LGS to see. Yes, now you get it, Mr. Theodore. If you open box breaks around here and Doc Lab decides to be in, he's just gonna win for some freaking reason. It's ridiculous. Although, or he's gonna get like some sick stuff. Maybe not win, but like some crazy hits along the way. His luck is just. It's pretty crazy to see sometimes. Like, I don't know what to tell you about that. Like, you saw the four foil Mercadian Masks tournament deck, right? Guess whose it was? Hey, the worm has to turn sometime. Every day can't be all roses and cupcakes. Okay, so we wanted to discuss a little bit of Spider-Man coming up. I really hope that they have either like a bad guy subset or that they use like the oil slick for some Venom cards. Like, come on. They got to do some cool stuff like that. Got some meth? No, some ganja. That's what we do around here. Nothing beats Arabian Nights. I think vintage stuff is on a downside because there's only so much of more. Yeah, okay, so what he's talking about is pretty makes sense, you know, like you only have X amount of magic people and they have Y to spend. Multiply X by Y and you get Z, the total amount that can be spent on magic cards. When you had 4 sets a year and breaks in between, and sometimes sets that weren't that great, you had time. And with this time, people could use it to buy vintage and, like, you know, look at old magic. Now you have a set every freaking month and the packs are more expensive. So the money is just not going into that older stuff. It's just not. That's just the way of the market right now. And I think that's the change. The market cap, the amount that people are spending, is just being spent on to stay current, if that makes sense. Spider-Man can be good if they get the correct artist to do some classic treatments. I agree. Or what about some, like, actual art? Venom will be for next time, you think? Yeah, like, imagine they had some sketch cards in there. That would be sick. Like, look, okay? A perfect set. Let's talk about a perfect set for Spider-Man. Of course, you got, you know, your strong set, regular set with lands that matter and cool looking cards, right? But what they need is maybe like a couple of serialized art cards drawn by the artists with like signatures on them. What they need is some serialized oil slick Venom cards or something like that for the serial, right? They need a subset of like villains or you know, maybe it's just the symbiotes and that's all oil slick or something, you know, but like there needs to be some cool crap like as a subset. There needs to be some cool crap as the the serial chase. The set needs to be solid. These need to be there for it to be a ridiculous set. But you know, maybe they won't do that. Maybe they won't do it right. And you need to have a couple of serialized cards. Come on, this chocobo is kind of, I don't know. I don't like the fact that there's only one serial. I think there should be like 2 or 3 at like 100 or less. I like how they did it for Lord of the Rings. Why not have like 5 you know, symbiote characters done in oil slick and number them to 100 and leave it at that, something like that. But there needs to be, and what Final Fantasy did good though was have that second layer underneath the neon chocobos, you know. So like I get that's cool. I like that. I just don't like how they did the one serialized. I don't know. Whatever. It fits. It's thematic. I get it. Go spider web foils, right? Wait, let me see. How about Todd McFarlane had sketch cards, one of ones? Yeah, that would be so sick. The sketches have to be close. They need to keep going over the top. Yeah. They want Final Fantasy prices, which they are charging. It needs Final Fantasy level juice. But what makes people think? Some people are like saying, "Oh, it's never gonna be as crazy as Final Fantasy, man, because Final Fantasy people are gamers. Spider-Man people aren't gamers." But it's like, but there's so many Spider-Man fans. So many Spider-Man fans of all generations. I don't know. Artist sign cards and Magic with the Marvel cards. Yeah, we might. DJ. Had audio problems all night, DJ. Very disappointed in all of my equipment and my setup and my connection and this and that. What are you gonna do? And the 2 freaking tournament decks I opened were freaking not great. It has been quite the evening, man. So yeah, what's up? We're talking Spider-Man. The real question is the level of collectability in each fandom. Will the comic obsessiveness carry over? Maybe. I mean, but Alex, that doesn't even need to be true. Like, you see the art that's on the collector box. Like, that's new Spider-Man. The kids can be into that even. Look at box prices for a Topps Chrome Marvel card. Spider-Man will be a big hit. There you go, Paul. I got your request. We need help on prompts. Get as creative as you like. Oh, yeah, I saw something. You had messaged me about that, and I will. Prime, how you doing, man? Good to see you. We were just talking about Spider-Man and why I believe it's going to be big. I mean, of course it's going to be big, but the question is, will it be as big or bigger than Final Fantasy? I think another problem with Spider-Man is that you're creating this momentum, this belief that everything's going to keep going up and Spider-Man's going to get hit with expectations, you know, and we'll see how they live up to those expectations. I was in comic fandom as a young teen in the 90s and loved all the Marvel comics card sets. See, I bought some of that stuff as well, being in the 90s. Hey, there you go. 29 months. Thank you, Prime. Appreciate that. But yeah, I think Spider-Man's going to be an interesting event. Final Fantasy was kind of a case study of a market going crazy, and Spider-Man is going to be the follow-up to that. Edge of Eternities. Well, so my opinion is a little loaded on Edge of Eternities for two reasons. One, I do like new card treatments when they're done right, and I remember Magic 30, I think it was. They were talking about a new treatment, and it was the treatment that we're going to see in this one. I have been talking about it for a while now. So I've been awaiting that treatment. And I'm a fan of sci-fi, like a big fan of science fiction novellas and novels. I like to read like Robert Heinlein and that sort of thing. So yeah, I am a little bit biased. So I've already gotten a couple of boxes. If they rely on the, hold on, that's the light. Is not not the video too. If they rely on the shocks to do the heavy lifting, I don't know. It's not going to be great, but yeah, I think it should be pretty cool. You just don't know which set is worth of buying. Game of a new MTG. Also, the prices are ridiculous. Only interested in the art. I agree with that, Epiphany. It's hard to keep up with. It's competitive, and it's not a fun market. It's not good feeling, you know, like when you just you breathe, and because you didn't jump 3 months early, now you can't partake. It's ridiculous. What I do, listen, what I do, a big part of what I do is freaking buy list my commons, uncommons, and rares that are base versions of things. Like, I don't care to have the regular versions. I'm not, unless, you know, I am putting together an older deck. That's a whole nother story. If you're gonna play with the cards, this is not what I'm talking about. But everything else that you're not gonna play with, I take that the base version of things, not the like special extended art or freaking, you know, happy frame of the set. I don't buy list that stuff. I buy list the regular frames, the commons, and the uncommons. I take that money at Card Kingdom as credit, and I use that to buy some of the newer stuff to open. Even if you're paying 600, 700 did I pay for the Final Fantasy box I have? 500 of it was credit. So, you know, it freaking it hurts less. But at this point it's 1,200. It would be almost financially irresponsible to open a box to your face, you know, unless you have a ton of money. Which, look, we're just regular folks here. I don't have that type of money. I don't think I should be just opening up $1,200 boxes to my face often. Every once in a while, another story. But often is the key there. Like, I can't be doing it on every set. Like, doesn't make sense. You know what I'm saying? You get it? Um, Buy listing is underrated. Oh, yeah. Okay. We know there's going to be more Eldrazi. Sliver just got, yeah. Hangs on the next official spoiled Eldrazi, I think. And it's probably going to be about the subset, the cereals, if there is any, and how they apply the treatment, if it's on just everything or if it's limited and like confetti. Hello, DN. I stay far away from new magic and focus on vintage stuff, naming collectible or iconic holy grails, or reserve the stuff that's busted in Commander. I get why you do that, MTG TV. I do. Like, most of my collection is that stuff. What can I say? I'm gonna be eaten alive when I wake up in the morning. My nephew is loving playing the game with my OG decks. They are super casual, but he's kicking my ass with beatdown. Nice. That must be fun. Pick and choose your sets. Chase what makes you happy. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty simple, guys. Like, and don't get crazy with this stuff when it comes to like your money. You got to focus on that too. A lot of people like get caught in the freaking hype and just like throw money at it, and it's bad news, guys, you know? Like when I went to Japan for Final Fantasy and I got that stuff, it wasn't to keep, you know, especially the boxes. I got that with the mind to hold only a little bit and to get rid of everything else. It wasn't like you know, I'm just going to buy a ton of freaking boxes over in Japan. I mean, that would be nice, but I can't live that life, you know? All right, guys. I got to be up at 4:20, 4:15. Let's just say 4:20 in the morning to get to the flea market on time, and to do my thing. Yeah, and there's mosquitoes here, and I missed it, so yeah. I'm gonna call it. Thank you for coming by, guys. I appreciate you stopping by and for dealing with all the BS. Final Fantasy is hard to get a hold. Yeah, true. Went heavy in Final Fantasy, but I love the IP. Gonna go pretty heavy in it. Okay, I agree. Freaking Avatar. Peace out, Dennis. And everyone, what time will you start streaming in the morning? Paul, I aim for 7, but sometimes it can be as late as 7:30. It depends on how the morning goes up until then. Second, anyone cracks sealed product, they're losing by vintage when new product is hot. I agree, but MTG TV, you can admit that putting $1,000 into Ice Age or buying 2 Spider-Man boxes at $500 each, which one is gonna do better in performance in the next year? I'm just saying, you know. Peace out. Six, might see it. Okay, no doubt. Yeah, well, I'm waking up at 4:20, Paul. I don't know what to tell you. You're not gonna get sympathy from me. Okay, guys. Thank you. Take care. See, even Stefan, like, you know, this guy is vintage just like the rest of us, but like straight up, he knows it's just the way it is right now. That's just the way it is. So, you know, instead of causing yourself like and your collection harm by being stubborn, just adapt. Hey, buy the Spider-Man boxes, and when they level out, like Final Fantasy and like Lord of the Rings seems to have, then sell them and get some Ice Age boxes, you know, like, just saying. Suiting up what old stuff you want. People selling vintage to get Final Fantasy. Yeah, I've seen people trading Urza Saga boxes to people with sealed cases of Final Fantasy. That's a crazy freaking trade. Anyway, guys, on that note, I'll catch you in the morning, 7:30ish. I'll be live at the flea market. See you then. Peace.